Vipassana, often translated as insight or clear seeing, is an ancient meditation technique that forms a core part of early Buddhist philosophy. At its heart, Vipassana is about observing reality directly, without the filters of our habitual reactions, judgments, or conceptual overlays. Core principles: impermanence, anicca. Everything in our experience is in constant flux. By observing how sensations, thoughts, and emotions arise and pass away, practitioners learn to appreciate the transient nature of all phenomena. Suffering or unsatisfactoriness, dukkha. Because all phenomena are impermanent, clinging to them inevitably leads to suffering. Vipassana teaches that recognizing this helps break the cycle of craving and aversion. Non-self, anatta. There is no fixed, permanent self behind the ever-changing physical and mental experiences. Realizing this can reduce attachment and lead to greater freedom. How it works. The practice is rooted in direct experiential insight rather than intellectual belief. By systematically observing bodily sensations and mental states with mindful equanimity, one comes to see the true nature of experience. In many traditional courses, such as those taught by S.N. Gunka, students learn to sweep through the body, observing sensations without reacting, which gradually dissolves conditioned responses and old patterns, sankharas. This approach not only fosters mental clarity and equanimity, but is also described as a science of the mind, since its conclusions are verifiable through one's own direct experience, rather than through dogma or external authority. Philosophical and practical context. Non-sectarian nature. Although rooted in the teachings of the Buddha over 2,500 years ago, Vipassana is presented as a universal method. It's offered free of charge on a donation basis, emphasizing that its benefits are accessible to all, regardless of religious or cultural background. Integration of ethics. Vipassana practice is traditionally supported by a foundation of ethical conduct, sila. Sila. This ethical framework helps calm the mind, creating the conditions necessary for deep insight. Modern relevance. In recent decades, Vipassana has gained popularity both within and outside traditional Buddhist circles. Its focus on direct, observable experience has influenced secular mindfulness practices such as mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR. Ongoing debates. Some teachers assert that bodily sensations are the fundamental basis for all mental reactions, claiming that by simply not reacting to them, one paves the only way to liberation. Others, however, debate whether this focus is exclusively sufficient for full awakening. Despite these differences, many agree that any practice leading to a purified, equanimous mind is valuable on the path to liberation. In summary, Vipassana philosophy encourages us to see things as they really are. Through the systematic cultivation of mindfulness, it helps dismantle our conditioned responses and deep-seated attachments by revealing the impermanent, unsatisfactory, and selfless nature of all phenomena. Whether approached as a spiritual path or a practical tool for mental well-being, its emphasis on direct insight continues to resonate with a diverse global audience. Cite and Cern search 7, cite, turn, search 9, turn search 11. Vipassana psychology refers to the study and application of Vipassana meditation as a tool for understanding and transforming the mind. Rooted in early Buddhist teachings, Vipassana, often translated as insight or clear seeing, involves non-judgmentally observing bodily sensations, thoughts, and emotions. This process promotes self-awareness and helps reveal the transient, anicca, unsatisfactory, dukkha, and non-self, anatta nature of all experiences. Key psychological aspects. Self-observation as psychoanalysis. Vipassana can be viewed as a form of self-administered, non-verbal psychoanalysis. By witnessing mental and physical phenomena as they arise, practitioners learn to notice habitual reactions and tension without immediately reacting. This witnessing allows for a gradual disintegration of conditioned responses and contributes to emotional release and mental clarity. Site turn search, reduction of stress and negative emotions. Research indicates that regular practice of Vipassana meditation can help lower stress, anxiety, and depressive symptoms. This occurs because mindful observation helps interrupt cycles of rumination and habitual reactivity, allowing the mind to settle into a state of equanimity. Enhanced emotional regulation and attention. By cultivating mindfulness through Vipassana, individuals often develop improved attention and a more balanced relationship with their emotions. Over time, this can lead to enhanced self-regulation and resilience, as one becomes better equipped to notice and let go of negative thought patterns. Site turn search 9, not integration with modern psychotherapy. Vipassana psychology is increasingly being integrated into psychotherapeutic practices as a complementary approach. Therapists may use mindfulness techniques to help clients gain insight into their inner experiences, foster a non-judgmental stance toward difficult emotions, reduce the impact of stress by encouraging present moment awareness. This approach not only supports traditional talk therapies, but also offers a way for individuals to directly engage with and transform their internal landscape. Site turn search. Considerations. While many benefit from Vipassana meditation, it's important to note that the deep introspection it demands isn't suitable for everyone. Some individuals, particularly those with certain psychological conditions, may find the process challenging or even counterproductive without proper guidance. In summary, Vipassana psychology explores how the practice of mindful, non-reactive self-observation can foster insight, reduce psychological suffering, and support emotional well-being. It represents a bridge between ancient meditative techniques and modern psychological practice, highlighting the transformative potential of observing the mind as it is. Vipassana, literally to see things as they really are, is an ancient meditation technique originating in the Buddha's teachings. Although it is a central practice in Theravada Buddhism, it isn't a religion by itself. Instead, it's often described as an art of living that cultivates deep insight into the nature of reality. In its Buddhist context, in traditional Buddhist practice, Vipassana is used alongside morality, sila, and concentration, samadhi, to help practitioners develop wisdom, tiny, and ultimately reach liberation, nibbana. Key Buddhist texts like the Satipatthana Sutta and the Visuddhimagga explain how observing the body, feelings, mind, and phenomena leads one to recognize the three universal characteristics: impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-self. Importantly, even though these techniques come from Buddhism, the practice itself doesn't require adopting any particular religious beliefs. Many Buddhist teachers, including S.N. Goenka, emphasize that Vipassana is non-sectarian and accessible to anyone regardless of their background, beyond Buddhism. In modern times, Vipassana has been popularized worldwide as a secular meditation technique. Courses based on this method, often offered on a donation basis, focus on reducing stress, enhancing self-awareness, and cultivating inner peace. As described in personal accounts like the one from Herefordshire's Dhammadeva Center, site turn News 15, participants learn to observe bodily sensations and emotions without reacting, which can help in managing everyday stress and emotional turmoil. Vipassana's place in religion. While deeply rooted in Buddhist doctrine, Vipassana is not exclusive to Buddhism. Universal application. Its emphasis on personal, direct experience makes it valuable for people from various religious or secular backgrounds. Non-dogmatic. Vipassana focuses on experiential understanding rather than on faith or ritual, encouraging practitioners to come and see for themselves rather than to convert. Cultural adaptation. Many modern mindfulness programs and meditation retreats have adapted Vipassana practices to fit a wide range of lifestyles and belief systems, further blurring the lines between religious practice and secular self-improvement. In summary, Vipassana serves as both a profound tool within Buddhist practice for achieving liberation and as a universal method for cultivating mental clarity, balance, and compassion without requiring adherence to any particular religious framework. Vipassana meditation has increasingly attracted scientific attention over the past few decades as researchers seek to understand its effects on the brain, emotions, and overall well-being. Here's an overview of how science is engaging with Vipassana. Scientific interest in Vipassana. Researchers are studying Vipassana meditation as part of a broader investigation into mindfulness practices. Studies have explored psychological benefits. Research indicates that regular practice of Vipassana may reduce stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression and promote emotional resilience. Neuroplasticity. Neuroimaging studies have found changes in brain regions related to attention, emotional regulation, and self-awareness. These changes suggest that meditation may improve connectivity and function in key neural networks. Physiological effects. Some studies have examined how Vipassana affects autonomic nervous system responses, with evidence pointing to improvements in heart rate variability and overall physical stress responses. Key areas of research. 1. Brain structure and function. Studies using MRI and other imaging techniques have shown that long-term practitioners often display increased gray matter density in regions involved in emotional regulation and memory. Functional changes in brain activity during meditation have been observed, indicating that Vipassana might alter the way practitioners process pain and stress. 2. Cognitive and emotional regulation. Researchers are interested in how Vipassana improves attention and reduces cognitive bias. This involves examining how meditation might help individuals develop a more balanced response to challenging emotional stimuli. Clinical research has begun exploring Vipassana as an adjunct to therapy for conditions such as anxiety disorders and chronic pain. 3. Mind-body connection. Investigations are ongoing into how Vipassana might influence physiological markers such as cortisol levels, a stress hormone, and inflammatory responses. These studies are part of a larger effort to link mental practices with physical health benefits. Broader implications. The scientific exploration of Vipassana not only validates many traditional claims about its benefits, but also contributes to our understanding of mindfulness and meditation as accessible tools for mental health and stress management. As more rigorous research is conducted, we can expect further insights into how these practices may be integrated into healthcare, educational systems, and even corporate wellness programs. Conclusion. The intersection of Vipassana and science is a growing field that bridges ancient practices with modern research techniques. While the evidence is promising, ongoing studies are necessary to fully understand the long-term effects and optimal methods of incorporating Vipassana into health and wellness strategies. For additional detailed discussions and recent findings, you may refer to sources that focus on meditation research and neuroscientific studies on mindfulness practices. Cite turn to search 0. Vipassana meditation has increasingly attracted the attention of neuroscientists, seeking to understand how contemplative practices influence brain function and structure. Research shows that this ancient Buddhist technique, which emphasizes non-reactive, present-moment awareness of bodily sensations, induces both state-related and long-term trait changes in the brain. Key neuroscientific findings. EEG studies. Research using EEG has repeatedly shown that experienced Vipassana meditators exhibit increased gamma power, especially over parieto-occipital regions, which is associated with heightened sensory awareness and perceptual binding. In parallel, reductions in frontal delta power have been observed, suggesting enhanced frontal activation and a more alert, focused state during meditation. These oscillatory changes are thought to reflect improved neural efficiency and attentional control during the meditative state. Sight turns search 7. Functional brain networks. Neuroimaging studies have highlighted alterations in key networks. For example, Vipassana practice has been linked to reduced activity in the default mode network, DMN, which is usually active during mind wandering and self-referential thinking, alongside increased engagement of the central executive network, CEN. This shift may help explain meditators' reported experiences of greater clarity and reduced emotional reactivity. Sight turns search 4. Structural neuroplasticity. Long-term Vipassana practice is associated with structural changes, such as increased gray matter density in brain regions involved in attention, interoception, and emotion regulation. These neuroplastic adaptations are consistent with the notion that sustained meditation not only alters moment-to-moment brain activity, but can also lead to enduring trait changes. Implications for mental health. The neural changes observed in Vipassana meditators are thought to underlie benefits, such as reduced anxiety and depression, improved stress regulation, and enhanced cognitive control. By modulating both the functional dynamics and structural connectivity of the brain, Vipassana may help practitioners better manage negative emotions and improve overall psychological well-being. In summary, neuroscience research on Vipassana provides compelling evidence that this meditative practice can lead to measurable changes in brain activity and structure, supporting the subjective benefits reported by meditators. As studies continue to refine our understanding of these mechanisms, they may also inform the development of novel interventions for mental health. Vipassana meditation has become a subject of sociological inquiry as researchers explore not only its effects on individual well-being, but also its broader social implications. In sociology, Vipassana is often examined as a cultural and transformative practice that shapes identity, interpersonal relations, and community dynamics, transforming the self and social identity. Sociologists such as Mikhail Pagas have used ethnographic methods, combining participant observation and autoethnography to study how Western practitioners of Vipassana experience profound shifts in self-awareness and identity. Her work, for example in Inward, Vipassana meditation and the embodiment of the self, illustrates how the practice can deconstruct habitual reaction patterns, leading to a more reflective and less ego-centered way of being. This process of turning inward is seen not only as a means of personal transformation, but also as a route toward developing a more mindful and ethical social identity. Sight, CERN, collective solitude and silent interaction. Sociological studies have highlighted that Vipassana retreats are unique social spaces where collective silence and non-engagement become central features. In these environments, practitioners learn to be with one another without direct verbal interaction, a dynamic that fosters a shared state of equanimity. Research, such as Pagas' study on silent interaction rituals, shows that this sociality of non-engagement can recalibrate the way individuals relate to each other, reducing impulsive reactions and enhancing empathy. Side turn Zurich search, 8 applications in social reform and institutional settings. Beyond individual change, Vipassana has been applied in various institutional contexts. In prisons, for example, meditation programs based on Vipassana have been introduced as reformative measures. Studies and documentaries like The Dhamma Brothers document how intensive meditation retreats in correctional facilities can contribute to reduced violence and improved emotional regulation among inmates. These programs exemplify how Vipassana's transformative potential can extend to social rehabilitation and justice, suggesting that inner transformation may lead to broader social change. Cite Turn Search 13 Vipassana's broader socio-cultural impact. The diffusion of Vipassana into the secular and corporate realms has also caught the attention of sociologists. As the practice shifts away from its traditional religious roots, it becomes a tool for managing stress, improving interpersonal relations, and even fostering leadership qualities in modern organizations. Literature reviews have synthesized findings that Vipassana not only promotes mental health, but also enhances social harmony through its emphasis on compassion, nonviolence, and ethical living. Cite Turn Search 2, Cite Turn Search 7. Conclusion. In sociology, Vipassana is much more than an individual meditative practice. It is studied as a complex social phenomenon that reshapes self-conception, influences interpersonal dynamics, and even has implications for social reform. By examining the practices, rituals, and institutional applications of Vipassana, sociologists gain insights into how internal transformation can foster a more harmonious and reflective society. Feel free to ask if you need more details on any specific aspect of Vipassana in sociology. Vipassana, an ancient meditation technique rediscovered by the Buddha, isn't just about personal transformation. It's increasingly being applied to the economic and business realm. In essence, the practice encourages seeing things as they really are, which can profoundly impact decision-making, leadership, and overall business management. How Vipassana influences economics and business. Stress reduction and clarity of mind. Vipassana meditation helps individuals reduce stress, improve concentration, and foster emotional equanimity. For business executives and managers facing high-pressure environments, these benefits translate into clearer decision-making and a more balanced approach to tackling challenges. Research has shown that leaders who practice Vipassana often report enhanced focus and reduced reactivity, which can lead to more ethical and well-considered business decisions. Cite Turn Search. Transformation of attitudes. Studies and first-hand accounts suggest that consistent practice of Vipassana can transform negative traits such as greed, jealousy, and impulsivity into virtues like compassion, humility, and generosity. This attitude shift is especially valuable in a business context where ethical behavior and a focus on right livelihood, earning in ways that do not harm others, can improve workplace morale and build stronger, trust-based relationships with customers, employees, and stakeholders. Cite turns search, a new framework for business analysis. Some scholars have proposed theoretical models based on Vipassana's core principles to assess and improve business organizations. For example, a model developed by researchers incorporates elements such as devotion, right effort, awareness, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom, panya, to help organizations conduct internal self-analysis. This approach encourages businesses to look beyond mere profit maximization and focus on creating wealth that includes mental well-being and ethical conduct. Cite turn search 1, impact on economic behavior. The mindfulness and introspection cultivated through Vipassana can influence broader economic behaviors. For instance, practitioners may be more inclined to pursue sustainable business practices, maintain ethical standards, and prioritize long-term value creation over short-term gains. There are also anecdotal examples, such as discussions among stock traders, where Vipassana has helped professionals remain emotionally balanced in volatile market conditions, reducing impulsive or fear-driven decisions. Cite turn searched? Broader implications. Vipassana's influence in economics extends even to high-level forums. Notably, S.M. Goenka, a key figure in transmitting this technique, was invited to speak at the World Economic Forum in Davos. His sessions address themes such as anger management and the pursuit of true happiness, topics that resonate deeply with economic leaders who must balance material success with ethical and social responsibility. Cite search fiction? Conclusion. In summary, Vipassana meditation offers a holistic approach to economics by cultivating mental clarity, reducing stress, and fostering ethical leadership. It not only helps individuals manage their own inner world, but also provides innovative frameworks for analyzing and improving business practices. By integrating these principles, organizations can strive for a kind of wealth that blends profit with well-being and ethical conduct. Would you like more details on any specific aspect of this integration? Vipassana Vipassana meditation isn't just a pathway to personal insight and liberation. It also profoundly inspires creative expression. Many artists find that the meditative state nurtures clarity, presence, and non-attachment, which in turn unlocks a deeper, more authentic creative process. Art is a meditative practice. For some, creating or even appreciating art becomes a form of meditation. By engaging in mindful creation, the artist enters a state similar to Vipassana, observing thoughts, sensations, and emotions without judgment. This process can quiet the inner critic and help overcome creative blocks, allowing inspiration to flow naturally. Many discussions among meditators highlight how regular practice of Vipassana helps them approach art with fresh eyes and an open heart. Sight Turn Search 2. Vipassana-inspired artworks. Artists influenced by Vipassana often explore themes such as impermanence, interconnectedness, and self-transformation. The insights gained from deep, sustained meditation translate into artworks that may be abstract or symbolic, reflecting the transient nature of experience and the search for inner balance. For example, collections like those featured on Fine Art America showcase Vipassana paintings that capture this essence through color, form, and composition. Sight Turn Zero Search 11, Mindfulness Meets Creative Expression. Some art projects explicitly merge the practice of Vipassana with the process of making art. Websites such as Vipassana Art Awareness Raised and Vipassana Art Meditation Mastery present creative works that are born out of meditative inquiry. These projects suggest that the disciplined, introspective practice of sitting meditation can itself be seen as an art form, where the transformation of inner experience is expressed outwardly in a tangible way. Sight from Zero Search. 4 Sight Turns, 6 Sight Turns Research 16. Community insights online communities, like various threads on Reddit, reveal a shared sentiment among artists and meditators that meditation can enhance creative focus and provide a calm backdrop for artistic exploration. Whether it's through reducing mental clutter or deepening one's emotional insight, many find that the mindfulness cultivated in Vipassana naturally infuses their creative work with authenticity and depth. In summary, Vipassana meditation offers a dual gift to the artistic mind. It not only serves as a wellspring of personal insight and calm, but also as a catalyst for creativity. By encouraging an open, non-judgmental awareness of the present moment, it allows artists to see the world and themselves with fresh clarity. This deepened perception often finds its expression in art that resonates with themes of impermanence, balance, and the transformative power of inner insight. Whether you're an artist looking to harness meditation for creative breakthroughs, or simply an appreciator of art inspired by mindful practice, the intersection of Vipassana and art opens a rich dialogue between inner exploration and external expression. There are many ways in which Vipassana and politics have intersected over time, both in individual practice and in broader societal and governmental reforms. In some cases, Vipassana is seen as a tool for personal transformation, fostering qualities like empathy, equanimity, and clarity of mind that can then influence more ethical, compassionate political leadership. For example, several studies have explored the impact of Vipassana meditation on government officials in India, showing that its practice can reduce occupational stress and promote better decision-making and interpersonal relations. Sight Turn 12. At the same time, some political leaders have publicly embraced Vipassana as a way to project a soft power image and align themselves with spiritual and cultural heritage. Leaders like Arvind Kejriwal, Rahul Gandhi, and even Prime Minister Modi have been noted for taking Vipassana retreats, sometimes sparking debates over whether these practices are genuine paths to inner peace or convenient leisure breaks with political overtones. Sight Turn 10, Sight A. In academic and activist circles, there is also discussion about how to balance inner transformation with social and political engagement. Some practitioners have questioned how one might advocate for marginalized groups or critique political systems without becoming overly attached to a particular political identity, suggesting that true transformation begins internally before it can lead to societal change. Overall, while Vipassana itself is a non-sectarian technique aimed at seeing things as they really are, its influence has reached into many areas of public life, offering both practical benefits for stress reduction and a framework for ethical leadership and social change. Vipassana meditation. Vipassana has inspired a rich body of literature spanning ancient canonical texts, modern scholarly research, practical meditation guides, and even creative or reflective works by contemporary authors. Here are several dimensions in which Vipassana appears in literature. Classical Buddhist texts, canonical discourses. The practice of Vipassana is rooted in texts such as the Satipatthana Sutta and the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, which outline the four foundations of mindfulness and serve as the foundation for insight meditation. These texts are central to the Theravada tradition and have been studied and commented on for centuries. Commentaries and manuals, works like the Visuddhimagga and various traditional commentaries, e.g. those by Buddhaghosa, detail the practice of Vipassana alongside samatha, calming meditation. They provide systematic instructions for cultivating insight into impermanence, anicca, suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. Modern meditation guides and academic studies. Practical books. Titles such as The Art of Living, Vipassana Meditation by William Hart have introduced Vipassana to Western audiences. These books often combine practical instructions, personal anecdotes, and Q&A sessions that mirror the experiences of those attending 10-day courses. Scholarly research. Recent academic work, including literature reviews and empirical studies, examines the psychological and social benefits of Vipassana. For example, a literature review available on SSRN synthesizes historical, empirical, and theoretical perspectives, highlighting how the practice contributes to emotional regulation and social harmony. Cite, Turn, Search 3. Vipassana's influence on contemporary writers. Memoirs and reflective essays. Some contemporary authors and public intellectuals, such as Yuval Noah Harari, have spoken about how their regular practice of Vipassana enhances their clarity, focus, and creativity. Such narratives underscore the transformative personal impact of the practice and how it informs their writing and worldview. Search 5, Popular Culture and Self-Help. Vipassana also frequently appears in the self-help genre and mindfulness literature, where it is often portrayed as a tool for overcoming modern stresses, deepening self-awareness, and fostering resilience. Community and online resources. Goodreads shelves. There is a vibrant community on platforms like Goodreads where readers curate shelves dedicated to Vipassana. These collections include both classic texts and modern interpretations, reflecting the widespread appeal and varied approaches to insight meditation. Cite, Turn, Search 1. In summary, Vipassana's presence in literature is multifaceted. It bridges ancient doctrinal instructions with contemporary approaches to mental health and personal growth, offering both a rigorous philosophical framework and practical techniques for inner transformation. This diversity not only enriches our understanding of Buddhist meditation, but also illustrates its ongoing relevance in today's fast-paced and interconnected world.